Hello and welcome to the Enjoy Jazz headquarters at Landfried in Heidelberg, and a very warm welcome to Tania Giannouli from Athens in Greece. Welcome.
Thank you very much, Rainer.
So Tania Giannouli is a composer and pianist from Athens in Greece. A lot of people would say she is the composer and the pianist from Athens in Greece. And she performed this year for the fourth time at the Enjoy Jazz Festival, and I'm happy to meet her here and for a small talk, let's say, for a little talk, which might be a small talk also. Hey, welcome to Heidelberg.
Thank you very much.
How did you enjoy your fourth concert at Enjoy Jazz?
It was incredible. I mean, the audience here welcomed me so warmly, and the feedback we got was really overwhelming, really.
Yeah, so Tania performed with her trio this year. She played her last record, which was released last year, and which is called In Fading Light. You can get it, of course, online. You can order it. And Tania, tell me, very often in reviews of your concerts, writers are writing about the Mediterranean, you're coming from the Mediterranean and the Mediterranean sounds and so on. But I know that you don't feel that much comfortable with it, but how much related to the space is your music and your composing?
You know, I carry many influences as a musician that I don't really acknowledge all, you know. I have made classical studies, and this is my basic background. And to be very honest, in my house, in my home, where I grew up, nobody was really listening folk music, you know, but you cannot escape that. You know, if you are born and raised in a place, you carry this. It's inside.
So you're a classically trained pianist, but of course you grew up with a lot of influences from electronic music, I guess, hip-hop, like all young people.
Late 80s.
And late 80s, yes, and although you haven't been born, you were not born then.
Of course, I was not born in the 80s. Yes, but
no, but seriously, and also of course jazz. So, but you cannot categorize your music, as you can also see in reviews. But also here, if you listen to all the projects you presented in Enjoy Jazz, it's not this or that. It's a mixture of different things. It's something new, I would say. You created your own style. So, but as this is a jazz festival and improvisation is very much connected to jazz, what is the role of improvisation in your music?
It's huge, you know. First of all, improvisation is for me the first thing I do when I want to create something new. I just sit on my piano and just improvise, you know. So it's the basic element of composition. But apart from this, all my compositions that I play with other musicians, I mean, not music I compose for, let's say, video art or for a film, contain the element of improvisation. And this is a nice part of it, because it's something new then it's created and something very vivid.
Yes, and in the beginning you mentioned the audience already, and as we are now coming back to live concerts in front of an audience, did you do streaming concerts during the lockdowns, the different lockdowns we had?
I have only done one in Brussels in the Contemporary Music Festival Ars Musica, which was not supposed to be, of course, a streaming concert. You know, I was locked down literally in Brussels because I had a concert with a trio then, and the next day the town went in lockdown. So I was supposed to have a concert in this festival with my project, The Book of Lost Songs, which made its premiere at your festival last year, and it's only played once. So, but then nothing would happen anymore, and the director asked me, since you are here, would you like to play a solo piano program? Because we will do the whole festival on, you know, we'll stream it, and we will, there will be online then.
And it's still online, and I've seen the concert, the stream concert, it's very nice. And it was premiered also at Enjoy Jazz last year, the first solo show ever Tania Giannouli played. And coming back to the audience and this experience of a streaming concert in front of no audience, and you already said that the welcome was very warm of the audience here at Enjoy Jazz, and after the concert, of course, when you came back to the hall, everyone applauded. This
was incredible. I mean, I never experienced something like that. I have never seen this happening in a concert that I've attended, you know, so far.
And I've been there. I was always very surprised and touched by that, by the way. But how important is the audience? Do you feel that there's an audience? Are you connected to the audience? Do you see what's happening? Is there a connection? Is it important for the concert?
Absolutely. I mean, even though there's not always obvious reaction, you know, because sometimes people, or don't applaud in the whole duration of the concert. Let's say in my solo, I didn't more or less allow that there are gaps that people applause, but you feel this interaction and this energy, especially, I mean, for me, especially when I play something which is really silent, and then the room, I understand that the room is also very silent, almost I can hear people breathing. Then I said, okay, then I must do some, it must be that I do something very good right now, that they're listening so attentively,
Yes, absolutely. And you presented your fourth project here, aside of the Book of Lost Songs you mentioned, and Reva, your project with a New Zealand musician, and Rob Thorne, thank you, and the trio now. So if you would be a sportswoman, one would say you are a very good team player, as you can say in the different projects you presented, that you never push yourself into the front of that. It's really a band. Do you think in a band context, do you think this is a band, this is a collective of musicians?
Absolutely, absolutely it is. And okay, in most of these projects, it's my compositions that are played, but when other people are involved and they bring also themselves in it, then it's becoming something different, something new.
Yes. So what's next now?
Well, what's next? Apart from having some concerts ahead with the trio, quite a lot actually, luckily. One of my plans is to record a solo piano album at a point. And I also start a new project, a new trio, which will be kind of, the orchestration will be a jazz trio, but then it will be a completely different idea from the usual jazz trio, what we all have in mind. It will be percussion and drums and bass, but when Michele Rabia is playing the percussion, you cannot say this is mainstream jazz, right?
Absolutely.
And when Daniele Roccato plays the contrabass with the bow and all the effects, as well, you cannot say this is a usual swinging bass, right? Or walking bass, whatever.
So double bass, percussion,
and
piano, your compositions?
Right.
Can we hear that next year at Enjoy Jazz?
I hope so.
Okay, herewith you're invited, and I hope we can see you. By the way, you're playing in Skopje your next concert, right?
Right.
Please say hello to my dear friend and colleague Oliver there.
I will,
and
of course.
Safe travels there, and thank you so much. Tania Giannouli, thank you, and hope to see you next year back
Thank you, Rainer.
in Heidelberg at our festival, or
Thanks
Mannheim or
a lot.
Ludwigshafen, wherever, at Enjoy Jazz.